Oh man, I have just finished watching Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, and I really wanted to like this film. I really did. I mean, we got Harrison Ford back, Indiana Jones. What is there not to like? But oh God, I don't know what happened. It starts off with Indiana Jones fighting the Nazis in the beginning, and he gets captured, and then it has this CGI young Harrison Ford looking pretty good as Indiana Jones. I'm like, okay, we're about to go somewhere. We're about to do something. And then he starts talking, and I'm like, wait a minute. Why do we have young Harrison Ford with this old grizzled man voice? We have old Harrison Ford voicing young Indiana Jones. It's crazy. It's like, hey kid, what you doing? Very jarring, really weird. And I'm like, what? The first 15 minutes of this film is great. I'm not gonna lie. Action packed. You got Harrison Ford, well, Indiana Jones going through fighting the Nazis. He's on a train and he's trying to make his way to the Dial of Destiny. Oh, that's freaking fantastic. Love that. And that's actually the best part of this film, because everything after that first 20 minutes just tanks right after that. And the runtime of this film was way too long, way too long. It could have chopped off 30 minutes easy of this movie. All the other Indiana Jones films were like 2 hours tops. Why did this have to be 2 hours and 30 minutes? I mean, you can really feel it. The whole time I'm watching this film, I'm like, okay, when are we going to get to it? When are we going to get to the next thing? Because it drags. You can really feel it in this film. They could have easily chopped off 20 minutes and it might have made the film a little better. Phoebe Waller-Bridge, I thought she was okay. I didn't think she was bad at all. You know, there are some people on the interwebs that are like, I really didn't like her character. I didn't think she was that bad at all. Now, what I didn't like, what I had a problem understanding, was why she was so damn mad through the whole film at Indiana Jones. I just could not understand that. They needed to give some background there. Where's the background? Give us some meat and potatoes on why she is mad. Flesh that out for us. Because at the end, when he is dying and all of a sudden she's crying because he doesn't want to leave and he doesn't want to go back, you're like, where did this come from? This just came out of the blue, out of nowhere. Matt Mikkelsen, he's good. I mean, I don't have any complaints with Matt Mikkelsen. He's doing Matt Mikkelsen stuff. The only thing about Matt Mikkelsen that I didn't like is I didn't feel any threat with him. He didn't feel menacing. He didn't feel like a real pure antagonist that I'm like, oh, in the end, you gotta watch out. I never really felt that. The whole time he was on the screen, I never felt that he was a threat. Just some scientists and archaeologists like Indiana Jones just trying to find a Dial of Destiny. And I was like, okay. Oh my gosh. And there is this beginning part of the movie where Matt Mikkelsen is fighting Indiana Jones on top of a train. They're fighting. The train is moving at like 100 miles an hour. And Matt Mikkelsen gets hit in the face while the train is moving at 100 miles an hour. Can somebody explain that? They just like, no. Like, what? Nobody said anything after getting smashed in the face on a moving train. I don't know. And let's not forget about my girl, Shanette Wilson. Yeah, that girl right there. I knew she was dead as soon as she showed up on the camera. She was the only black person in the film. So yeah, I knew she was going to die. And what is this? Austin Powers, Foxy Cleopatra, the spy who shagged me? Yeah, man, I knew she was dead in like T-minus 5 seconds. And they had lots of cameos in this film that did nothing to enhance the story at all. Antonio Banderas shows up. Killed him off. Marion shows up at the very end. Solace shows up a couple of times, but the dude's driving a taxi. Forget about them. What they needed was Short Round. Where the hell is Short Round? That's what they needed. They needed Short Round and Indiana Jones through this whole film. That would have been so cool to see those two guys team up. I mean, after all these years, put those two guys on an adventure. That's what we needed. Have those two guys get together, try to find the dial, go back in time. Wouldn't it be even cool if they went back into like the Temple of Doom or maybe to Raiders of the Lost Ark and try to find some other stuff? That's the story that we needed. We didn't need all that other crap. Give me Short Round. And I didn't understand the whole purpose of this dial. I mean, you find this MacGuffin, the Dial of Destiny, and they finally get it, and they didn't do anything with it. It just crapped all over that. We wasted 2 hours of our time to finally get to when they find the Dial of Destiny, and they go back 2,000 years to see Archimedes. Archimedes? Out of all the things you could have done with this dial, you go back 2,000 years. Like, who wrote that? The problem with this film, and really the meat problem of this film is called Indiana Jones. That's the title. The problem is that there is no spirit of Indiana Jones in this film. I'm watching Harrison Ford play Indiana Jones, but the spirit of Indiana Jones is he's an adventurer. I mean, he's a scientist and an archaeologist, but he loves to go on the adventure. He never loved this whole trip. The whole time he was in this movie, he didn't want to be on the adventure at all. That was the main part of what I loved about Indiana Jones. It looked like he had no fun. It just never felt like he wanted to be on the adventure. And that is the whole meat of what makes Indiana Jones so great. It wasn't fun. There was no fun in this film at all. This actually might be worse than Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, and I actually can't believe it. I really wanted to like this film, but it's just not good. And we all know how bad the Crystal Skull was, but I'm saying, man, this might actually be worse. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm saying that. Look, if you haven't seen this film, I would strongly suggest just wait until it comes out on a streaming platform. Don't go to the movie theaters and see it, especially if you're a big Indiana Jones fan. I think you'll come out quite disappointed. I was really disappointed with this film. I did not understand all the decisions that they made. You give it up for Harrison Ford. He's doing a great job. The actors, they're doing their job, but the spirit of the story, what makes Indiana Jones so great, the adventure and the plot that they had, just did not make any sense. But that's my review of Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. I'd love to get you guys' thoughts on this film. Do you think this is a bad movie? Do you think this is worse than Kingdom of the Crystal Skull? Where does this movie rank in your Indiana Jones movies? I mean, this might be damn near the bottom for me. I really hate to say that, but I really had to get all this off my chest. I really wanted to like this film, but it just didn't do it for me. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope to see you back here, because I'll be back here with another review. Bye.